UV index 11 is hammering California right now. That is the extreme ceiling on the scale. A 10-degree gap between Redding and San Francisco shows the cutoff low cooling everyone down. One freak cutoff low is rewriting the forecast for 39 million Californians this week. Today is Friday, May 29th, and California is caught between two completely different weather worlds. The coastline is running cloudy and cool while the desert interior bakes under relentless heat. Los Angeles is sitting at a daytime high of 72 degrees Fahrenheit under mostly cloudy skies this afternoon. The nightly drops to around 57 degrees Fahrenheit. Grab a light jacket if you're heading out after dark. San Francisco tops out near 63 degrees Fahrenheit today with persistent westerly winds rolling in off the Pacific. San Diego is one of the most comfortable spots in the state today, holding steady at 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Head inland toward California City and temperatures are already at 82 degrees Fahrenheit and still climbing. That UV index of 11 hits the extreme ceiling on the scale. Sunscreen is absolutely non-negotiable. Reapply SPF 50 every 90 minutes outdoors because that sun is doing serious damage right now. The temperature difference between the coast and the desert today is genuinely jarring stuff. Drop your city name in the comments right now. I will update your local forecast tonight. Here's the one story every Californian needs to understand heading into this weekend. An unusually deep cutoff low pressure system is sitting right on the California-Nevada border. Cutoff lows this strong this late in May happen maybe once every 5 to 10 years out here. It is dragging in air at 500 millibars that runs 10 degrees Fahrenheit colder than the seasonal average for late May. That cold air colliding with intense late May sun is generating explosive atmospheric instability today. Mountain thunderstorms are firing across Northern California directly because of that instability. The Sierra Nevada is getting hit hardest with afternoon shower and thunderstorm development. Burn scars above 4,000 feet in the Sierra are on debris flow watch with any rainfall today. Down at the coast, that same system is hammering the marine layer 2,000 feet deep along the shore. Coastal drizzle and reduced visibility are expected to linger through much of the afternoon. This is not your typical late May California setup. The whole weather pattern is running off script. Expect 48 to 72 hours before this system finally clears. Full clearing unlikely before Monday. 3 active wildfires have already burned over 1,000 acres each across California this season. SoCal ocean surface temperatures are breaking records for this specific time of year right now. Spring 2026 has flipped between cold snaps and heat spikes more than any year in recent memory. Let's break it down region by region, starting with Southern California. Los Angeles right now, 72 degrees Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy, UV extreme at 11, westerly winds at 9 miles per hour. That 7% precipitation chance is low, but that marine layer is thick and stubbornly parked. The San Gabriel Valley is under close NWS monitoring with flash flood risks from any mountain runoff. Inland valleys near Riverside and San Bernardino are running drier and noticeably warmer. Palm Springs and the Coachella Valley are already touching the high 80s this afternoon. Desert communities face the sharpest contrast, scorching days and surprisingly cool nights. Santa Ana wind conditions could develop overnight if the pressure gradient shifts enough tonight. San Diego is holding that pleasant line today, mid-60s, breezy classic SoCal Friday. Long Beach and Torrance are buried under the marine layer all morning with a later burn-off. Bakersfield in the southern Central Valley is near 76 degrees Fahrenheit today, still dry and gusty with fire concern. Ontario and Rancho Cucamonga are sitting near 78 degrees Fahrenheit, warmer than the coast with low humidity. Riverside is dry and warm near 80 degrees Fahrenheit with elevated fire weather conditions already building. Are you watching from SoCal right now? Drop your city in the comments below. Now heading north, Northern California is getting a completely different story today. San Francisco is running what feels like June gloom, arriving a full week early this year. The Golden Gate Bridge is buried in fog this morning with gusty southwest winds all day. Oakland and the East Bay are slightly warmer at upper 60s but still carrying that gray sky. San Jose is sitting at about 70 degrees Fahrenheit this afternoon with calm winds and partly cloudy conditions. Sacramento is warm and dry today while keeping a close eye on mountain thunderstorm activity. Fresno is running near 77 degrees Fahrenheit this afternoon, cooler than usual but dry and building fire concern. Stockton and Modesto are dealing with dry, gusty winds, exactly the conditions fire danger needs. The I-80 corridor from San Francisco up to Lake Tahoe has run above normal rain in recent weeks. That extra moisture has kept some vegetation alive a bit longer heading into the dry season. Redding in Northern California is sitting near 73 degrees Fahrenheit today, cooled down hard by the cutoff low. Lake Tahoe is staying cool and watching for lingering shower activity through the whole weekend. Eureka and the North Coast are running cool and foggy, perfectly typical for this coastal region. Chico and the Sacramento Valley foothills are dry, warm, and watching for any offshore wind shift. 73 degrees Fahrenheit in Redding versus 63 degrees Fahrenheit in San Francisco. The cutoff low is crushing the whole state today. June fire potential is forecast above normal for the vast majority of California. It starts now. March the 2026 shattered temperature records, and some cities still have not matched those peak highs. Here is something most people are not talking about, yet the Pacific Ocean is running hot. A full marine heat wave has been building off the California coastline for several weeks straight. South of Monterey, ocean surface temperatures are genuinely breaking records for late May. That warm water pumps unusual moisture into the coastal atmosphere, particularly over SoCal. The result is coastal air ranking among the most humid on record for any May in California. Meanwhile, just 30 miles inland, the air is bone dry thanks to offshore winds and sinking air. Scientists are calling this a humidity dipole, and it is honestly as bizarre as it sounds. Warm ocean plus cold air aloft plus intense May sunshine creates a genuinely volatile atmosphere. Rip currents and sneaker waves on Northern California beaches are a direct result of this pattern. The NWS issued a sneaker wave warning for Northern California beaches on May 28th, still active. If you're at any beach north of Monterey today, please stay well away from the waterline. This marine heat wave is expected to intensify through summer, so this story is nowhere near over. Coastal or inland, drop your city below, and tonight's update will cover your area. Now let's get real about fire weather, because conditions are genuinely alarming right now. Southern California saw multiple wildfires break out this past week under dry, gusty conditions. The Paramount fire in Kings County near the Kern County line burned over 1,280 acres this season. The Springs fire near Riverside forced evacuations for parts of Moreno Valley this spring. The Tumey fire in Fresno County scorched over 1,647 acres before crews gained any real progress. Recent wet winters grew 40% more grass than average, now all curing into explosive dry fuel. Fire weather forecasters are officially using the phrase unusually flammable for dead fuels now. Federal fire forecasters say June fire danger will exceed historical averages across most of the state. Offshore winds above 25 miles per hour with humidity below 10% instantly push fire risk to critical levels. Spring prescribed burn windows are rapidly closing as summer heat and dryness lock California in. That 40% extra fuel load plus the incoming June heat wave is exactly what fire agencies feared. 1,647 acres burned in Fresno County before crews made any real containment progress this season. Dead fuel moisture is testing at unusually flammable levels across interior California today. Above normal fire potential covers nearly the entire state for June per federal fire forecasters. Let's get practical here as your Saturday and Sunday California weather breakdown. Saturday in Los Angeles, slight warm-up to near 75 degrees Fahrenheit with afternoon sunshine finally arriving. That marine layer should thin enough Saturday to give LA some actual blue sky around midday. San Francisco Saturday stays cool and breezy, classic hoodie weather all day, near 64 degrees Fahrenheit. San Diego Saturday looks genuinely nice, mid-70s, light winds, that classic Southern California. Sierra Nevada mountain areas still face Saturday afternoon thunderstorm risk plan accordingly. Mountain hikers need to be off exposed ridge lines and back at the trailhead by noon Saturday. Sunday starts the big transition, drier air begins pushing into California from the north. Inland valley temps could jump 8 to 12 degrees Fahrenheit by Sunday. Sacramento and Fresno feeling it first. Wildfire risk increases significantly as that drier pattern locks in Sunday evening and beyond. The June warm-up could push LA to 85 degrees Fahrenheit and Central Valley cities past 95 degrees Fahrenheit within days. Next week's models are signaling a notable heat push arriving once this cutoff low finally clears. What's the vibe in your neighborhood right now? Tell me your city in the comments. Let me run through more specific city forecasts because that is exactly what you came here for. Santa Barbara today, marine drizzle in the morning with a partial clearing by late afternoon. Monterey and Carmel classic cold fog holding all day full sweater weather right through sunset. Ventura County is sitting in the mid-60s with northwest winds picking up through the afternoon. Irvine and Orange County coastal areas are holding in the upper 60s under that marine layer. Santa Ana is in the mid-60s right now with coastal air keeping conditions relatively manageable. Anaheim is at 67 degrees Fahrenheit this afternoon. Bring a layer if you're planning to be out tonight. Mission Viejo and South Orange County are in the mid-60s for a calm Friday afternoon. Mammoth Lakes up in the eastern Sierra is staying cool near 55 degrees Fahrenheit with mountain shower chances. Big Bear Lake is watching for late afternoon thunderstorm development through the weekend. Santa Clarita and the northern LA suburbs are warming towards 78 degrees Fahrenheit with moderate humidity. Thousand Oaks and Simi Valley are sitting near 72 degrees Fahrenheit right in the middle of the spread. Victorville and the high desert are running near 80 degrees Fahrenheit today, warmer than the coast, but gusty. 82 degrees Fahrenheit in California City, while Monterey is buried in 55 degrees Fahrenheit fog. Same states, same exact moment. Summer 2026 is forecasted hotter than historical averages across nearly every California region. El Niño is actively strengthening right now in the Pacific, and it hits California directly. Let's zoom all the way out and connect today's weather to the bigger summer 2026 picture. El Niño is officially developing and strengthening out in the Pacific Ocean as we speak. Sea surface temps in the Niño 3.4 region are already 1.5 degrees Celsius above the El Niño trigger threshold. Tropical Pacific moisture is actively tracking northward and could reach SoCal by midsummer. That moisture can bring flash flooding and mudslides, but it also fuels dangerous dry lightning. Dry lightning starts just 5% of California fires, but burns nearly 70% of all wildfire acreage. The monsoon boundary could push 150 miles further northwest into California than the 30-year average. Warm offshore ocean temperatures are locked in right now. That is not changing before fall. Expect more violent swings between extreme heat events and brief unexpected rain episodes. California's drought monitor shows mostly clear conditions today, but that situation flips fast. Once summer heat locks in and soils dry out, conditions can deteriorate within just a few weeks. Seriously drop your city below, and I will cover the most requested locations in tonight's updates. Let's run through the key safety items so you are fully ready for today and this weekend. UV index 11 across Southern California means extreme burn risk that is not overstated at all. Mountain hikers in the Sierra Nevada should clear exposed ridgelines before 1 p.m. on Saturday. Beachgoers at NorCal beaches must stay back from the waterline. Sneaker waves are deadly. NWS flags high rip current risk from Bodega Bay all the way down to Santa Cruz today. If you live within 2 miles of any 2024 to 2026 burn scar, sign up for local evacuation alerts now. Air quality across Fresno, Bakersfield, and the Central Valley can spike fast with fire activity. Interstate 80 near Tahoe may see weather-related delays or potential closures this weekend. During any heat spike next week, never leave children or pets inside a parked vehicle. Cal OES runs a free emergency alert system. If you haven't signed up yet, do it today. Which California region are you in right now? Coast, Valley, Mountains, or the desert? Are you in NorCal tracking the sneaker wave warnings, or in SoCal watching the fire news? Maybe you are in the Central Valley sitting in that dry heat and want your forecast covered. Or are you up at Tahoe or Mammoth watching those late May thunderstorms roll across the mountains? Every comment with a city name gets checked. I personally go through all of them every time. This channel exists to keep Californians informed, and your location makes that coverage sharper. No town is too small. If you're somewhere off the beaten path, drop the name below. The more cities that show up in comments tonight, the more ground the update will cover. That is your complete California weather picture for May 29th and the road into June 2026. From sneaker waves hitting NorCal beaches to fire weather igniting across the SoCal interior, from a rare cutoff low dumping mountain thunderstorms to a record warm marine heat wave offshore. California is managing a stacked deck of simultaneous weather hazards, and it gets busier from here. The June warm-up is incoming, fire season is escalating, and El Niño is just getting started. If this forecast helped you out today, please tap that like button. It genuinely makes a difference. The most important move you can make right now is dropping your city name in the comments. Whether you're in Eureka, Fresno, Oxnard, or anywhere in between, your city belongs here. I will be back tonight with a dedicated update for every single city in those comments. California weather is never boring, and 2026 is proving that more than ever. Stay safe out there. SoCal's wildfire fuel situation is being flagged as unusually dangerous heading into this summer. Extra herbaceous growth from wet winters has created fuel loads not seen in over a decade. The combination of heavier fuel plus incoming heat is exactly what fire meteorologists feared. California fire and weather alerts update every few hours. Bookmark this channel for live coverage.